Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to look at the absolute value function. And so here we have absolute value of x, that's how we say it. And it is x if x is greater or equal to 0, or it is negative x if x is less than 0. And we call this a piecewise function. For this domain, follow this rule, and for this domain, follow that rule. So different pieces, so piecewise function. So let's look at some examples here. Absolute value of 3. 3 is greater or equal to 0. Therefore, absolute value of 3 is 3, right? Absolute value of x is x. It remains the same like that. Absolute value of 7. 7 is greater or equal to 0. So absolute value of 7 is 7 like that. Absolute value of negative 5. So negative 5 is less than 0. So we're going to go negative 1 times negative 5 like that, which gives 5. So absolute value of negative 5 is 5. Absolute value of negative 9. Negative 9 is less than 0. So we're going to go minus 1 times negative 9 like that. And that gives us positive 9. And so the absolute value function has this property where you simply make the number positive. That's all we're doing here. Absolute value of 3 already positive, so it stays 3. Absolute value of negative 5, make it positive, times negative 1 to make it positive 5, like that. Okay, so practice number 1, evaluate. Go ahead and pause the video and perform these evaluations. Okay, we're back. So absolute value of 4 is 4. Absolute value of negative 6 is 6. Absolute value of 0 is 0. Absolute value of negative 2 to the 3. So negative 2 to the 3 is negative 8. Absolute value of negative 8 is 8 like that. Absolute value of 8 is 8. Absolute value of negative 32 is 32 like that. Okay, we're going to look at graphing of the absolute value function. So here we are. Absolute value of x is x for x greater or equal to 0, or negative x for x less than 0. So let's start with this first section here, this first domain, x greater or equal to 0. We want to notice here that, reminder, a linear function looks like mx plus b. And that's exactly what we have here. We have 1x plus 0. So this is a linear function like that. And so we're going to graph that function, right? You start at 0 and the slope of 1. So over 1, up 1, over 1, up 1, over 1, up 1, like that. And so this is the graph of this function here. Now, we're not going to take this area here because we're only looking at x greater or equal to 0. So this is what it looks like there, and we're not going to take this section there. Okay, the second half, for x less than 0, we have negative x, which is the same as negative 1 times x plus 0. So we start at 0, we go down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, and then that is the graph of our function. And we're taking only x less than 0. So less than 0 is this side here, so we're not taking this chunk right there. And so when we put it together, this is the graph of the absolute value function, like this. So 1 gets sent to 1, absolute value of 2 is 2, like that. Absolute value of negative 1 is 1, absolute value of negative 2 is 2, like that. And that's it. It's that easy. I'll see you guys in the next video.